Thank you for visiting Best Bible Commentaries. In this video, I'd like to show you some examples of 1-volume or 2-volume Bible commentaries. These formats are popular because they're affordable, but in addition to that, sometimes someone doesn't need more than this. Maybe someone who's not in ministry, maybe a Bible study leader or a Sunday school teacher, and they need a volume or two to help them understand the scripture in kind of a big picture format. They don't need all the details of a book by book commentary. So I just wanted to show you a couple of examples and just kind of show you what's out there. So the first one I'll show you is, I'll show you this one. So I've called the video and I call my commentary or my comparison chart a 1-volume commentary, but a few are 2-volume. They have Old Testament and New Testament volumes, so it's a little bit cheating because there's 2 volumes, but they're still helpful and they serve a similar need to those looking for 1-volume Bible commentaries. So this particular one is from Zondervan and it follows the King James text. So if you're looking for a King James commentary and don't want necessarily 66 different books on your shelf, this might be an option for you. So what it means by King James commentary, here let's look at the New Testament version, is that the comments are on the King James text. So here's a book introduction for 1 Corinthians. We'll look at example from 1 Corinthians. And there's an outline and a bibliography. And then you can see, so for example, 1 Corinthians 1, 10 through 17, these 7 verses are described in 2 paragraphs, one longer, one shorter. And the King James text itself is in bold. So it's easy to tell where the scripture is and what the writer's comments or the commentator's comments. So it's 2-column text, so there is a lot of information, but relative to other commentary series, it's an overview. So the King James Version commentary from Zondervan covering Old and New Testament. That's one example. Another one that I will show you is called the New Bible Commentary. This one has been around for a while, so it probably has some different covers by now. Maybe there might even be an update to this particular cover. But it's edited by Wenham, Motier, Carson, and France. And this is a very well-reviewed 1-volume Bible commentary. It's smaller font, so that might discourage some, but the positive side of that is that it's packed with information. So history, theology, culture and customs, anything that the reader needs to understand to help them understand a particular passage of Scripture is found in these comments. So not many illustrations or maps or anything like that. It's just commentary it's conservative, it's evangelical, and so if that's what you're looking for, this might be an option for you. Again, this is usually among the top 1, 2, or 3 1-volume commentaries, according to reviews. This one is a little bit older, but I wanted to show it to you because some of the older commentaries, whether it's 1-volume or another kind, they still have great information, and sometimes they're just a little bit cheaper because, or you can find them used, and so this one's been around a while, but it's probably less expensive than some of the newer ones out here. This one also gives book introductions and takes maybe 5 to 7 paragraphs to explain a different passage of Scripture. So John 1, 6 through 13 is described in 2 paragraphs. John 1, 14 through 18 is described in about 5 paragraphs. So there are some charts and illustrations in this one. Again, this is conservative. The writers are Baptist in this particular one, so that might be an option. That's called a Tyndale Concise Bible Commentary. Another 2-volume one that is extremely popular is called the Bible Knowledge Commentary. Now, I think this is a relatively new design. For years, it had the design of there were two covers that were brown, kind of like this. It's a Bible Knowledge Commentary on it. So I think the older design style is found in a lot of libraries and maybe on used book websites. But this is the newer design. These writers come from Dallas Theological Seminary, and so the theology would be dispensational. So 2-column text, and scripture is in bold letters. These are well reviewed, very popular, based on the NIV in this particular case. So 2 volumes, and so if dispensational theology is what you're interested in, those might be good options. Actually, this one's dispensational too. I'm tending to show it to you because this one's relatively new. Maybe released 2 or 3 years ago, but this is from Moody Bible Institute. And there are different writers for different books of the Bible. But again, if theology is, if the dispensational theology is what you're looking for, this could be an option for you. So it's from Moody Press, and it's 1 volume for Old and New Testament, although it's a little bit big. But another kind I wanted to show you 2 together, because one popular kind of one Bible commentary are those put out by pastors. So I'm showing you this one because it's a classic, John MacArthur, and I'm showing you this one, Tony Evans, because it's very new. A lot of people like John MacArthur. He's a best-selling author, and so his 1-volume Bible commentary is pretty well known. If you already have his study Bible, from what I understand, the notes in this 1-volume commentary are very similar to the study Bible, so there would be some overlap. It's very big, as you can see. There are illustrations, there are charts, there are maps. It's a pretty readable text. The font's not too small. But basically, if you like John MacArthur, you would like this. If you don't like John MacArthur, obviously you're probably not going to like this. And the same is true with any pastor that puts out a 1-volume or who's writing a commentary or even a study Bible. So Tony Evans is a pastor in Dallas, Texas. He went to school at Dallas Theological Seminary. So again, you find dispensational theology in here. But basically, just like with John MacArthur, if you like Tony Evans' preaching, then you're going to like this commentary. If you've heard Tony Evans preach before, or you want to look him up on YouTube and watch him preach, his sermons are serious and have depth to them, but at the same time, unlike some preachers, he's pretty funny too. So he will joke around, and I've actually in looking through some of this, there's some joke, there's some one-liners in this commentary. So that's nothing negative about his teaching. It's just an observation about his teaching style. So, but again, if you like Tony Evans, you are going to like this 1-volume commentary. So pastors are putting out more 1-volume commentaries, and so that might be an option for some people. So thank you for watching this video on 1 and 2-volume Bible commentaries, and the point is just to give you an example of what's out there and just give you a visual aid on some of the things you're reading on Best Bible Commentaries. And I thank you again for visiting my website.